Now at 6, we are tracking showers and thunderstorms rolling across the area. I'm going to give you these details in a moment.
Plus, the latest on charges filed against a Missouri couple in connection with the kidnapping and murder of a pregnant Arkansas woman. Also, a Pitt State faculty member receives worldwide recognition. And we'll hear from the Missouri Southern Lions on tomorrow's matchup against Northwest Missouri State.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Severe weather threatens much of the 4 states tonight. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Dow Quick. We're going to go straight to Doug Heddy for our first look at the weather.
Yeah, we've been tracking showers and thunderstorms over the past several hours. Most of these have just been moderate, some strong ones. We've had a couple severe thunderstorm warnings right in northwestern parts of Arkansas, but they may tick up a little bit as we get through the next hour or two. But you can see the bands of showers, the bands of thunderstorms continuing to work through and even redeveloping back from Chanute, Parsons, Independence, and then down toward Bartlesville, just to the west of Veneta. Some more rain, showers, and thunderstorms will pick up through Joplin as we go into about the next hour or so. And you can see our front. See this little wind shift line? So just from Pittsburgh and right down toward Miami. So a huge temperature difference from 70s to 40s behind it. So behind the front, no severe threat. The only severe threat is in our very far southern counties as we go through the next few hours. But look at the bands. Showers and thunderstorms continuing. Here's 8 p.m. Most of it on the Missouri side by this point in time. And then finally 8, 9, 10, this will start to roll out of the region. Of course, we're going to look at the weekend forecast coming up here in just a bit.
Catch you then. A McDonald County, Missouri couple is now formally charged in connection with the kidnapping and murder of a pregnant Arkansas woman. KOAM Shannon Becker has the latest on the charges filed in federal courts.
Court papers reveal, filed in federal court, that Jamie and Amber Waterman are being charged with kidnapping with the intent to kill. FBI investigators say Amber Waterman recently created a fake Facebook account of Lucy Barrow, who had offered free baby clothes in a Facebook group post. We know the victim, Ashley Bush, engaged with Lucy, even meeting at the Gravette, Arkansas library, encouraging Bush to interview with her company so she could work from home. The sheriff in McDonald County says sometimes these things are too good to be true because they're not.
Think of it like a con artist. If they're not any good at it, though, the con artist wouldn't be successful. So it was something along those lines where this poor young lady just believed what was being told to her, and unfortunately it was just a horrible thing that happened to her.
Amber and her husband Jamie Waterman are both charged only with kidnapping at this time. However, they will be facing 2 murder charges, and there'll be federal charges. They've just been transferred from the McDonald County Jail to Springfield, being held in federal custody.
Anybody that has a Facebook account probably gets all of these friend requests from somebody who's got 2 pictures and nothing else and 5 friends. So look at that kind of stuff before you just accept somebody's friend request. Don't accept it if you don't know the person.
In McDonald County, I'm Shannon Becker for KOAM News Now.
You can read more about this developing story, including the entire probable cause statement, on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. The midterm election is coming up on Tuesday. KOAM teamed up with Gray television stations for a series of polls of Missouri voters ahead of that election. One question asked how voters would feel about a candidate for Congress who claims that the 2020 presidential election was stolen from Donald Trump. 24% of Missourians say that would make them more likely to support the candidate. 41% say it would make them less likely to support the candidate. 30% say it would make no difference, and the rest were unsure. The poll also asked Missourians how they feel about the Supreme Court ruling overturning the Roe v. Wade landmark abortion ruling. 33% said they agree with the ruling, 48% disagree, 20% are unsure. You can see how the answers break down by demographics and get more poll results at KOAMnewsnow.com. Tonight at 10, we're going to look at approval ratings for Governor Parson and Senator Hawley. A Pitt State faculty member has received a worldwide award from Stanford University. The chemist is recognized as one of the top 2% of scientists in the world. KOAM's Amber Jenkins has more.
The National Institute of Material Advancement Research Lab has led to the development of countless products and now an award-winning instructor. The executive director says the recognition for Dr. Ram Gupta is well-deserved.
Ram is the backbone of the team on here. His leadership, his creativity, his devotion to the students is amazing.
It is amazing feeling to work with a student. A student comes with sometimes new ideas which we are not thinking about. So they come with the new creative idea. Sometimes we feel, oh, it's a crazy idea, but it works, you know. So getting different perspective from different students is amazing. And I think that's what in research is very important.
Gupta has been bringing more recognition to the Research Center and PSU since 2013. Stanford University list of the top 2% of scientists in the world takes into account the number of publications, citations, and followers of that scientist's work.
It was a great surprise in the sense of just timing. It seemed to come out of nowhere. But on the other hand, when you see it and hear it, you're like, well, yeah, it makes sense.
Ram's research is not just to improve society, but to inspire younger scientists.
Without their support, I think we cannot achieve what we are doing right now.
Reporting in Pittsburgh, Amber Jenkins, KOAM News.
Dr. Gupta is currently researching materials to build microchips. Some local tech businesses today had the opportunity to show off their innovations in Joplin. The Joplin Chamber of Commerce hosted their 2022 Joplin Regional Innovation and Technology Summit. The summit provides a chance for tech businesses to hold sessions showcasing their emerging technology, business innovations, cyber resiliency, and digital cities.
It's a great opportunity to get our young and emerging leaders and thinkers to interact with some established individuals and learn about the technologies and bringing their perspective in.
The event also featured a chance for innovators to participate in a pitch competition and network. Coming up, KCU Joplin launches a new program to give students realistic work experience. Plus, the Pitt State Police and Fire Departments raise money for a good cause with a lunch. KCU Joplin has started a new program to train their students with the help of actors. The simulated patient program allows students to experience realistic scenarios they could face on the job. Actors are trained to portray patients with various illnesses and injuries. Students are assessed on how they provide care to the actors.
It definitely goes from like racing hearts to ankle pain because you fell down the stairs and twisted it, wrist pain, abdominal issues, things of that nature.
Best to ask as open-ended of a question as we can. Typically, if we ask just directly, what medications are you taking any medications, they'll just say yes, and then we have to kind of get more out of them.
That program's going to continue for the rest of the semester. Almost everybody loves a good burger, right? And even more so if you're buying one for a good cause. Well, the Pittsburgh Fire Department and Pittsburgh Police Department teamed up today for their Badges and Burgers fundraiser. The departments made lunch for folks, which included a hamburger, chips, cookie, a drink. The lunch cost $5, and proceeds went to the Children's Advocacy Center to help victims of child abuse and help with investigations.
As far as investigations of child abuse, the CAC really fills a portion of the investigation. Their facility allows for these appropriate interviews to take place, so it's less traumatic for the children.
Those burgers completely sold out during the event, totaling 800 burgers, sold out just before 1 p.m. A little bit later, we're going to hear from Pitt State's head coach as they aim to clinch the MIAA championship title.
Plus, we're still tracking some thunderstorms across the region. I'll give you those details coming up next. Well, very warm and windy day for us today, and then showers, thunderstorms have increased over the past several hours. Very strong cold front. Once the front works through your location, it will drop 20 to 30 degrees in about 45 minutes to an hour. I-44 wet, obviously. Lander Chevrolet Tower Cam, southeast side of the city, so we're looking at east and westbound traffic. We still have a tornado watch in effect. Northeastern Oklahoma, northwestern Arkansas. This will expire at 8 o'clock. We haven't had much in the way of severe weather here, which is great news. We've had some severe thunderstorm warnings in our very far southern counties. Besides that, these have just been kind of moderate, a few strong thunderstorms, which have been rolling through over the past several hours. You can see the rain increasing again along and south of Interstate 44. So we still got a few hours to go before we get rid of the showers and thunderstorms. But you can see the wind barbs really from about Sedalia back toward Lamar to about Baxter, just west of Miami. That's our front. So anything behind this, elevated storms, no severe threat. Ahead of it, a few of these guys could get close to a low-grade severe thunderstorm. Nothing to be overly concerned about. Let's go back out across southeastern Kansas. Still some showers really from Iola, Chanute to Erie, and then tracking a little bit farther south, Independence, South Coffeyville, out towards Sedan, picking up a bit toward Bartlesville. You can see one little stronger guy just to the north of Veneta, just west of Miami, and you can see a severe thunderstorm warning just popped on that. So that goes until 6:45. A lot of thunder, a lot of lightning, most likely. Winds kind of close to 60 and some quarter-size hail. Showers continue. Southwestern parts of Missouri, showers and thunderstorms and some pockets of heavy amounts of rain. Then we can work north of I-44, a little bit lighter from Lamar to Nevada at this time. But showers, thunderstorms will continue. You can see the back edge just to the west of Bartlesville. So that's still a few hours before all of this continues to work through. All right, so tornado threat very low, a little higher once you get into northwestern Arkansas. Hail threat a little elevated, northeastern Oklahoma, where that severe thunderstorm warning is right now. Wind threat's been windy all day, so along the I-44 corridor, yeah, we got a little bit of a wind threat. All right, let's go through time. Here's 7 p.m., so we're going to slowly get through the evening. Heaviest rain on the Missouri side, still northeastern Oklahoma, and still we got showers and thunderstorms southeastern Kansas. By 8 p.m., kind of the back edge along the state line of Missouri and Kansas. By 9 p.m., the heaviest now pushing into our far eastern counties. And then once we get to about 10 o'clock, we're looking pretty good across the region. We are going to get some showers starting to rotate back in on the backside, the upper level low, late tonight. But look at our temps. I mean, all the way down into the 40s. Up toward Yates Center, you may even get a flake or two of snow trying to mix in later on tonight. So rain chances high the next couple hours, and then they'll start to drop off, especially as we get into the morning. Additional rainfall on top of what we've already gotten, still possibly another inch in southwestern Missouri, and then trailing off once you get into southeastern Kansas, where you are a little bit closer to the back edge. Check out this front. This is impressive. Carthage 67, 68 in Joplin, 49 in Pittsburgh. That's a 20-minute drive, and that is a pretty good spread, 20-degree spread across the region. 7th, range line, wet, a lot of traffic out there. Let's look at your weekend, of course. This is going to rotate out. Sunshine returns, but look at our temps, kind of cool for us tomorrow afternoon. We'll start at 41, 50 by noon, 5 p.m. up to about 58 degrees. Clocks go back 1 hour tomorrow night. It's kind of funny because, you know, when I was a kid, we actually had to set the clocks back. Now, of course, cell phones, you don't have to do that anymore. 70 on Sunday, 71 Monday, a few showers Tuesday.
Yeah, when I was a kid, we just moved the sundial a little bit.
There you go.
Yeah. Thanks, Doug. Still ahead, Frontenac and Girard square off for a 3A regional championship tonight. And the Pittsburgh State Gorillas aim to snap a 4-game losing streak to Washburn this weekend. Jacob Leonard has that and more up next.
This week is district semifinal week for Missouri high school football and regional championship week in Kansas. Now, we've had games postponed tonight in Webb City, Carthage, Lamar, Seneca, and more. But in Girard tonight, we're still going to try to play. The undefeated Trojans welcome in the Frontenac Raiders for a 3A regional title. Now that one's scheduled for 7, probably not going to start on time. Likely going to be a little late, but if they do get started on time, we're going to have highlights right here tonight at 10. The Pittsburgh State Gorillas play their final road game of the regular season tomorrow afternoon. Pittsburgh State is in Topeka Saturday facing Washburn, aiming to stay undefeated this season. That's a big one for the Gorillas. They're trying to snap a 4-game losing streak to Washburn, beat the Ichabods for the first time since 2016. The Gorillas also have a chance to claim the outright MIAA championship tomorrow. They earned at least a share of the league title in last week's win over UCO, but sharing the MIAA championship, not really their goal.
Nobody wants to share anything, especially in this league. So yeah, that brings a lot, and you know, we know we're the top in the league, so we want to make sure and prove it to everybody.
We talked about it after the last game that we have a share of the conference championship, but we didn't come here for a share. We came here to win outright, and our guys have been motivated.
Missouri Southern Lions are also on the road tomorrow afternoon. They got a tough one facing the 11th ranked Northwest Missouri State Bearcats. The Lions will try to hand the Bearcats their first home loss since 2018. Southern has lost 3 games in a row, but those 3 losses have been by a combined 10 points. So Southern knows they're getting close to being able to beat the best in the MIAA.
It's hard, you know, I'll tell you, and we do a lot of self-scout. We do a lot of looking inside and what can we do better. And, you know, quite frankly, this is part of the growth pains of having a program. You know, we're facing good teams, you know, and teams that in other conferences could do some damage. And so we just got to keep doing what we're doing. We got to play cleaner. We got to find more guys to make some big plays for us. But the big thing is we just got to stay the course.
The Kansas City Chiefs are 5-2 through their first 7 games of the season. Now, last week was a bye week for the Chiefs, but they're back in action this Sunday, hosting the Tennessee Titans. Now, like we do every Friday night, right now, it's time to hear from the voice of the Chiefs, Mitch Holthus, in this week's Minute with Mitch.
It's back to business in Sunday Night Football against the tough Titans from Nashville. Turnovers, turnover margin, what a team does with turnovers means almost everything in football. In 63 seasons when the Chiefs have scored on defense, they've won 80% of the time. Under Andy Reid, the Chiefs have scored on defense 35 times. They're 29-4 with those 35 defensive scores. We forget, 1 year ago, book the book, the Chiefs were 3-4 after they were clobbered at Tennessee. They were the worst in the NFL at -10 in the giveaway takeaway margin, and Patrick Mahomes had 9 interceptions. Now this is a cause and effect stat, but the Chiefs started to flip the script 2 weeks ago in San Francisco. Turnover margin this week and beyond. Watch it work on this Minute with Mitch. The Minute with Mitch is brought to you by Como Jewelry. Every day's game day, Como Jewelry, Pittsburgh, Joplin.
That Chiefs-Titans game will kick off at 7:20 Sunday evening. Chiefs, by the way, are 12.5-point favorites. Well, that's a look at sports. We're back with more news after this.
Take time now to honor a local veteran. Earl Crane served in the U.S. Army from 1943 to 1946. His hometown, Lowell, Kansas. And we're proud to salute Corporal Earl Crane, a 4-state hero. Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. A new jobs report shows America's employers kept hiring in October. It's the final glimpse of the U.S. economy before Election Day, and inflation is the main concern for voters. Also, pilots at several major airlines are ramping up contract negotiations. The disputes come as we head into the busy holiday travel season. And you're going to see what could be the world's smallest pony. Those stories, a lot more tonight. KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Doug's keeping an eye on the skies for us and seeing plenty of storms out there.
Yeah, we got showers and thunderstorms across the region, even one severe thunderstorm warning right now. This is right on top of Chautauqua. It's going to kind of clip Oswego just to the west of Columbus. Moving north, it's booking. It's going to start to slow down, but it's got, about quarter-size hail and winds pushing 60. So it's a little tiny guy, but pretty intense guy. All right, after we get all these out of here, cooler tomorrow, high temp 59.
Final sports note.
We do have some Southeast Kansas teams playing up north in Kansas City, playing in Western Kansas, and we do have some Missouri games that have already started, so we will have some football to talk about tonight at 10.
Very good. We'll see you right back here for KOAM News at 10. Let's make it a great evening.